It's every year at NAB, we gotta go to Aputure because Aputure always putting out something amazing. I got Brandon with me, and we're looking at the XT52. So, first of all, it's not following, like, it's a 1200, it's a 2400. There's something else going on here with this Storm XT52. I know you probably got the Blair engine in this thing.
Yes, we do.
We'll talk about that in a second, but what is going on here?
This is our 5200 watt point source LED, so it's the brightest point source LED in our product lineup as well as on the market right here. So it's a 5200 watts into the lamp head right here. And it's a huge light engine. It's gonna blind Seth over here. And he's right, it does include the Blair light engine. So just from the 1200X going up to the XT52, we've managed to shove all 5 colors into there: blue, lime, amber, indigo, and red, to give you this super nice spectral light quality for tunable white light output that gives you still 5200 watts of lamp head power, which means that you are overpowering a 6K HMI. And that means you're getting close to a 9K HMI. You're getting an insane amount of output out of this guy. You're getting insanely high SSI color quality, which means you can actually really effectively replace sunlight in a lot of scenarios and definitely replace the color cast that you get out of HMIs.
See that? They're trying to replace our sun. You see how evil that? No, but if you guys don't know about the Blair engine, we did talk about that last year, but things like having indigo spectrum in there, you're looking at colors really vivid, pop. You really notice a difference, especially on skin tones.
Yeah.
But what I found impressive with this is that this is all it's not a giant box I got to put on the floor.
Exactly.
Yeah, this is
So
wild.
This is the XT52 right here. We managed to shove everything into a much smaller power supply and control box. So this is our level, we call it the briefcase. This is the size of a briefcase. It's about 13 kilograms. So it's a little bit heavier than my own computer bag, but still managed.
You're gonna need counterweight on that stand anyway. I'm just saying it's not it's not like 12 cinder blocks sitting around.
Oh, exactly.
Which is impressive. You also got the locking mount.
Yes, we have the Aputure mount on here, so that's the same as the XT26 and CS15. I'm not going to pull it off because I'm going to blind Seth.
All right.
But this guy comes with, we have a bunch of different accessories ready for it. So it comes with the 35-degree reflector. We also have a 50-degree reflector, and then a extendable base 25 to 20-degree reflector. That means that basically it comes as a 25, you stack on another level on top of it, and it goes into a 20-degree reflector.
You also have a lot of connectivity going on here.
Yes, yeah, we have dual Ethercon, DMX in and out, and then a USB for firmware upgrades and everything.
Yeah, and also Sidus, don't forget about that,
Yes.
which is like the most in-depth app I've ever seen.
So we have Sidus now, we have Sidus Link Pro 1.3 and then 2.0 coming out later. But with Sidus Link Pro 1.3, you're able to use the DMX control of this guy, you're able to use Bluetooth control, and in this coming month, we're also going to show off what Sidus NFC means to allow you to use your phone to pair all the functions to the light without having to dig around in all the menus one by one using this little scroll wheel.
All you kids and your phones on set, we'll let it slide. Nah, so this is the monster, right? This is the Storm XT52, but for what it is, it actually isn't a monster. I can't stress that enough. I'm very impressed with the size of this, especially over here. But you got some small guys out there too. What's this little kid over here?
We have the Storm ADC as well. So we go from something that's super big that is still operable by one person to something that I could carry with basically my pinky over here. So we have the Storm ADC. It comes in a 3-light kit that we just announced a couple of days ago. So it comes with the lights itself, 3 of the lights. It comes with a Light Dome 40 softbox, which sets up and breaks down very quickly and easily. So it just folds like that. I'll just set off to the side. And all I gotta do is just click this together, 2 fingers, and I'm good to go. Throw that back onto the light. Make something that is a super, super cute key light.
Super cute. If you were looking for a cute light, guys, you found it.
You found it right here.
Also, the Storm ADC, C for color. So we're talking about, what are we talking about here? RGB, WW, or?
So we're using BLAIR-CG. So on top of the normal Blair that we have in the 1200X and the XT52, we have cyan and green. So adding in the cyan and green in there gives us the best mix for color gamut. So Blair is the best tunable white, BLAIR-CG is the best color. So you're getting really, really rich yellows and cyans out of that guy.
Right, saturation is the word, right? So, especially in something this small. So if you're looking for something that could be pretty versatile, I'm a big fan of multiple lights instead of just one giant light. So something like having a 3-light kit that has all that color saturation ability and the Blair engine for accuracy and just better, fuller, I call it fuller color.
Yeah.
It's I can't explain the way it looks unless you see it.
Yeah.
But last year you guys were showing us white cloth in 2 different lights, and the white just was almost a subtle UV to it. So
yeah, it just
makes
popped a little bit more.
Look, light is the most important thing. I stand by that. So don't underestimate it. Check out the links down below for the Storm XT52. Check out the Storm ADC 3-light kit. All the links down below. Aputure, again, amazing stuff. It's like boring at this point, I'm just kidding. Good job. I'm pretty psyched on it. We know there's a lot of Aputure fans in this audience of ours, but we'll have to keep an eye on this little company called Aputure, I guess, and see what they're up to next. All right, guys? Thanks so much, Brandon.
Okay, thanks so much.
So I got to do my annual check-in with Zach here at Sennheiser because it's Sennheiser, man. Like, they always got something cool and elevated, and we've seen a lot of wireless lavaliers enter the market space, and then I saw this. This is an empty shell. Wait, why do I have an empty shell? Because you're listening to me on right now. What is this? What do we got?
So this is the new Sennheiser Profile Wireless. We released it a few months ago, and it's priced at $299. It's a 2-channel, 2.4 gigahertz portable wireless system.
So this shell is your case.
Charging.
Yeah, so like we're used to seeing the clamshell thing, everything you're gonna need is going on in this, I keep calling it a shell, but what would you call it, a base, a dock?
Charging bar is
there
what
you
we've been
go,
calling
charging
it.
bar.
Say it in German, charging bar, you know, because it's Sennheiser.
Come on, give it to me.
So, and then we pop everything out. So again, charging bar, we can pull out the receiver just by clicking a button on the bottom. And I know we'll do some close-ups of this, but everything is disconnectable and super tiny. And when we were looking at it, it is one of the smallest transmitters that we have on the market right now. And it has internal recording, so we get about 16 gigs of record time on this.
Which is forever.
It's a long time, and we're going to be having a firmware update released in May that allows you to record in 32-bit float, which is another big feature.
And of course, you got the Sennheiser lock there, so you can do a wired lav. We're doing the straight onboard mic with a magnetic mount, so obviously you can go inside the shirt as well. Of course, it's got the clip, but also the fact that you can keep them both docked in there, just put on a windscreen if you even want to, and you've got handheld, right? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this thing is everywhere, is something that you need out of it is right in here. You've got your connection to a phone, whether it's USB-C or the lightning ports for any of you older iPhone users. And then you got your receiver and everything like that. But also in here is charging them.
Yes.
So what kind of charge do we get us? Like one-time charge or 3 times? Like how many charges can it get us?
I've gotten up to about 2.5.
Okay.
So that's not bad. I've gotten a full day use out of this thing, no problem. And it's continuous use. So you get about, I think it was 8 to 12 hours of runtime per transmitter and receiver. And then plugged in, you can get continuous even further than that, up to I think 15 hours. So.
And it's even got a quarter 20 there. So they're really thinking about use cases and versatility with this, which is pretty cool, especially when you're on the go. You don't know what you're going to do and what style you're going to do it in. The other thing I wanted to say is it comes in this case. So if you have any cables or any extras you want, it'll go in there. So if you're going to need the 3.5 to go into a camera, you throw that cable in there and you're good. But this is definitely different and a different way of thinking about wireless lavs than we've seen. How many of them have you seen? They all look the same. Yeah. This seems like you're thinking about it a little bit differently. And then the firmware update for 32-bit float shows that you're already supporting it. Yes. And you're listening to it on it right now, one of those busy Las Vegas Convention Center environments. So very cool. Check out the links down below for full specs if you guys want to get nerdy about it. But Zach, always a pleasure, man.
See you again, man, as always.
Every year you guys ask to stop by the SmallRig booth. When we're like 2 or 3 videos in, we're making sure to stop by. I got my guy Manny with me, and when we're on the road as a content team, we always have the SmallRig batteries on us because they're basically power banks for everything we're gonna need out there. But there's so much more going on because you just kind of redesigned it, including a full-on touchscreen, which by the way is like beautiful. I mean, it's all blue and cool tone.
Yeah.
First of all, everything's new on this.
Absolutely, even the name is new.
Yeah.
So we're no longer calling it a VB99. You know, you had the VB99 Mini, Pro, SE. This time it's completely just brand new, so it's the X99.
Okay.
Everything from the inside out, we're now using the upgraded LG cells that we were using on the 212s. We added a second DTAP port from the 212.
On both sides.
The external housing on this is a rugged design, so it is built to actually withstand impacts and drops up to like 5.5 feet. Not that you would want to be dropping your battery.
No, but batteries are volatile.
They
you
really
never
are.
want to play that game. But
absolutely.
I mean, we're talking about 2 USB-C ports, USB-A. You've got 12 volt out. You got 8. Is that 8 volt in?
Out.
8
Yes.
volt out.
Yes, sir.
And I mean, let's just talk about these ports for a second, because what he was showing me was when you turn on this screen, full touch screen, but you can actually go to each individual port, hold it, and then just turn that port off. So you're only keeping the ones activated you want. What's the thought process behind that?
So I don't know if you remember last year we released the 212 big battery. We co-collabed with Caleb Pike, and you're able to run, essentially a workstation off of a VB212. You could do the same thing on a 99. I've done it before on a Pro. I forgot my charger at home. Color graded, dump footage, edited everything off just the Pro. And so when you're doing something like this, because nowadays, you're starting to get into more of like the streaming world, right? Mm-hmm. So let's say you're running a chat group on a phone, and then your camera, and then a light, and then maybe a microphone or a switcher or whatever's running off of this thing. Let's say you no longer need to charge your phone, and you're kind of getting close to your end time, because the battery will tell you how much time's remaining.
It tells you everything. It tells you what temperature it's at.
Temperature operation, yeah.
I mean, everything. And each individual port will let you know what its draw is.
Yeah, absolutely. So like, let's say you're back in that situation, right? And then you're like, hey, you know what? I don't want to charge my phone no more. Kill USB-A. You can now stop providing that power to USB-A, still run your other equipment without having to, remove a battery, go digging for cables. Right then and there, you can just turn it off.
I mean, I don't know if you guys have seen this, but in Times Square, people are like walking around with full-on music setups, mixing beats on the fly.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I mean, what is any of this amazing technology without power? It's a brick in your bag. So I know everyone's like, oh, it's a battery. No, it's your life, I'm telling you.
Well, I mean, before there were hybrid cameras, and then we added accessories so that you can control your camera.
Yep.
It was a battery, and now we're giving you the chance to control your battery, to control your output. You're in control of what the power you're delivering out of this thing.
I see Renan Ozturk's name on the top
sir.
Here. He threw some design in here.
Absolutely. So we know that he likes to go into rough, rugged terrains. Whether he's out in the ice or out in the dirt.
It's real water.
Absolutely. IP54 rated. Drop resistance up to about 5'4", like we were talking about earlier, 5.5 feet. So yeah, no, he gave us the input on testing and trying this thing out.
And if you guys want to know more about Renan Ozturk, go check out Adorama TV, the main channel. We have a lot of footage and just like work from Renan in general. We outfitted him all the time. He's part of the family. So anyway, if you guys want more information about this, check out the links down below in the SmallRig, the whole SmallRig family of batteries. There's a whole lot of them. This is just the newest one, which is very exciting to see where you guys are going from here. Manny, thank you so much,
absolutely.
man. Of course, got to go by the Atomos booth if you're at NAB, and I got Peter with me, and every time so far in the last few years, I come by the Atomos booth, it's like, wait, what? We were talking about that rope light, the Sun Dragon, and then there was a redesign of that, and then there's all the cloud stuff. Well, now I come by here, and I was like, wait a minute, are we at the right booth? This is a PTZ camera setup by Atomos?
Yeah.
What, where? Talk to me, where did this come from?
So this came from, so people were using our recorders and monitors with, the DSLR and the mirrorless cameras.
Yeah.
But they started to use them for live production switching and things like that, which probably a little bit overkill for some of the things that they were doing. They wanted just a simple multi-camera production, maybe do a wide shot and a couple of close-ups. So we thought, let's provide some cameras that make that easy for people to do simple setups with still good quality. So we've got a range of HD and 4K monitors that have SDI and a HDMI in them. And then we also thought, well, let's have a little bit of fun in them as well. So we've got some basic tracking built into the cameras as well.
Like face recognition?
Yeah. So that's why we've called it A-Eye, because what you can do if you're a single operator.
Wait. The title of the PTZ camera is A-Eye.
A-Eye, as in A-Eye.
Oh, E-Y-E, guys.
E-Y-E. So the reason for that is if you're setting up a show, you're a singles operator, you want to do your own show, set up a wide shot, set up a close-up, and then have the camera track you. So as you're moving around, or you're doing a cooking show, or you're doing a dance, or whatever it is you're doing, the camera will follow you, so you can actually increase your production value, have a few more cameras, and spit out high quality content.
Yeah, I think we see a lot of like home podcasts that look very static, right? And I guess this is your kind of answer to it, to give it a little more motion to it. It's almost like it's being piloted, which it is.
Yes.
But how many cameras can I hook up to this?
Well, this one can take 4 cameras. So you can either have someone manually controlling the cameras on a PTZ and then maybe doing a live switch.
Okay.
Or you can put them in auto mode and let it just follow you. So you can do it either way.
All right.
So you can work with a small crew, or self-operate. Yeah.
And is there HDMI hookup or it's all SDI?
It's both. So you've got HD SDI and you've also got HDMI up to 4K.
Okay, so.
And it also have an NDI HX3 in there as well.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
So I see that you have it hooked up to an actual recorder over here. What's the methodology here to get everything into this SSD on here?
Yeah. So we're just recording the video onto here, but you could also have NDI going into here as well and monitoring directly from there. You can just use it as a monitor, or you can record from that as well. So, for our stuff, we just want to keep it as plug and play as possible. You know, you could have it into a switcher, you could just have it into a recorder, you could be live streaming, it doesn't really matter.
I kind of get it. Imagine you're trying to set up multiple cameras and you're talking about 2, 3 mirrorless cameras, then the lenses, then the recorder on top of that, then the connectivity, then a switcher. Now it's like, huh,
Yeah.
right? Especially if you have a small footprint.
Exactly.
I kind of get it, I kind of get it. We're gonna put links down below for as much information as we got on the A-Eye EYE from Atomos. Peter, thank you so much.
Thanks so much, thanks for stopping by.
Hollyland, we've used quite a bit of Hollyland over at Adorama TV, and you guys have the new LARK MAX too. So, first of all, you have a bunch of lab options overall.
Yes.
What makes this different?
So this one, main difference here from the original Max, if you're familiar with the Max, we're bringing 32-bit float finally, and then the noise cancellation on this is adjustable from 5 dB to 25. We also included a phone receiver with the Max 2. And then one of the biggest features with this is we introduced live in-ear monitoring, wireless monitoring right here with these guys.
So you can hook these up, so whoever's filming somebody, let's say, wirelessly, nothing connected in, and you're able to actually monitor this audio as you're producing.
Yes.
That's pretty cool. I gotta tell you, how many times have you guys filmed something and gone, oh, it's modulated, or we're in a hectic environment like this and we don't know what's not gonna make it across transmission-wise. You can actually tell what's going on in real time.
Yep, yep.
So if you've been, you know, oh, I forgot my headphones, or oh, I gotta plug this thing in, and then you take your elbow and you knock out that cable, no more, huh? But 32-bit float, I think, is also the major key feature of the LARK MAX 2.
That's a big one. We also added time code onto this, which is another huge thing.
So it sounds like if you're really getting a little more serious with the production, you might want to look at the LARK MAX 2. Time code's really convenient to have there if you're cutting together a lot of stuff. The monitoring will save you a lot of headaches after the fact of stuff you can't film again, and the 32-bit float will probably save your life in an instance where you got blown out audio.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool, so we'll check out the links down below for that, and anyway, thanks so much, man.
Thank you.
All right, that's gonna do it for us here in Las Vegas for NAB 2025. If you just found this video, there's more videos because there's multiple days. Go check them out. There's like 20 brands covered. Let me know down below which has been your favorite, what you were anticipating, what you're psyched about. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. This is the new Adorama Cinema channel, and we will see you next time.